I'm putting together my list of gear for the April challenge. I'm doing my backpacking camping challenge this month as well. And so I'm kind of putting together things I'm going to take on that hunt. I'm going to go through some other things I would take on different hunts that I'm not going to use on this turkey hunt, but going to just kind of walk you through like a basic list, and I'm going to go through and use it to create my list and possible upgrades, and I've got a lot of them. So first I'm going to start with clothing items. So I'll start with these shoes. These are a pair of Ultra Olympus 6s, and I got these because I had a pair of Zamberlins and they were killing my feet. I've tried them for like 2 years now. I've been breaking them in, and just any kind of mileage in it at all, my feet are hurting. So I got a very lightweight shoe. It's a 0 drop shoe, which I've never tried before. I'm excited, and it has a very interesting toe box that's not like other shoes. I have a bunion on my left foot, so I'm hoping that's going to help me out. A really cool thing about Ultras is if you have an FSA, your FSA might pay for these. Mine did. So I got it's not free. I mean, it's coming out of my insurance, but it didn't come directly out of my credit card checking account. So I'm excited to try these. I'm going to be putting some miles on them in the April challenge. Next, my pants. I wear the Wrangler ATGs. They come in a lot of different colors. They got several pockets. They're not too hot. They're not too cold. You can wear them like any time of the year. I'm actually wearing a pair right now. I do all my yard work and everything. I might even wear them to work as a school teacher because they have a nice khaki color, and you can wear, a nicer t-shirt or golf polo with them or something. So Wrangler ATGs. And then I've got a Kuiu, really deep, I'd almost call it a half zip, little hooded shirt. Nice camouflage pattern. It's lightweight. It's something you can wear when it's warm out, or you can layer, which is what I'm going to do with my Black Ovis RIP Merino. I love this thing. I wish I could go buy 2 or 3 more, and I wish I would have before they closed shop. I really like those because I had to go and get a pair of, I think these are Born Primitive outdoor little leggings. I'm gonna bring these just to have another layer, maybe at night, or like take off my pants and get a sleeping bag. So these are nice. I've been wearing them. They're good. And there's actually a discussion in our Discord about underwear. And for me, synthetic compression style shorts really works well for me. It keeps me from chafing, keeps everything, tucked in and together down there. And, I wear these when I run, pretty much any kind of physical activity. These are Puma, but I think any brand would do. Love those. And last, I got the Darn Tough socks. These are really great, but I do have another pair of Darn Tough socks that's more fitted to the foot, and then it has like a looser ankle. I do not like those at all. I don't know which one these are offhand, but I do like these. And I'm thinking Costco has a merino wool sock, and I need to go try those out because I think that would be right up my alley. They're very affordable, and they come in like a 3-pack. So that's what I'm going to be wearing. So now we're out of clothes. Going to talk about my weapon I'm taking here on this turkey hunt. It's a older 20 gauge Hugh glue. Yeah, Hugh glue. I got this for my 12th birthday, and it's just a short little double barrel over under 20 gauge. I'm shooting a tungsten shot out of it, and it's patterning really well. I'm excited to get up there and get in the woods and put it to the real test. So this is the weapon I'm going to be carrying with me. And for the challenge and for the prospective sheep hunt, I'm working on getting into a Mossberg Patriot, or probably I'd really like a Ruger American Gen 2 in 6.5 PRC. So if I can get that going, get the ball rolling on the new gun, I'll make some videos about that, setting up and going through that whole process. Okay, next is my pack. I got a little Franken pack here. I've got a green Mystery Ranch frame, the older Guide Light MT frame. got it when all this was going on sale, and you could pick those packs up pretty cheap. This is the I got the Marshall. And in my opinion, the Marshall is kind of the jack of all trades, but master of none. It's a little too big to be a day pack. It's a little too small for, like, I would say 3 days or more for people that don't have like extremely lightweight small gear, which I don't have. I've got a Beartooth 80 on eBay, and so far I really like the bag. It's a little, for anybody out there that's running one of these, it's buckle heavy, which, you know, isn't the end of the world. You're not digging in your bag all the time. What I really like about it is it's got built-in organization. Man. So it's got, I mean, you guys have seen these online before. It's got these pockets in the swing out the horseshoe door here, if you will. And so it kind of keeps you from having to buy a bunch of Zoid bags or like different little bags for your stuff, because you've got a spot for it. You know, your cooking stuff or your kill kit or whatever. It's kind of got a home already built in the bag. The bag is heavy. I don't have a weight on it offhand, but it's not a light bag. On my bag, I've got this Forager pouch, and I've recently moved it back because it will get in your arm path if you've got it mounted up here. But this is my first aid kit. I keep my first aid kit here for a couple reasons. One, I can take this off really easily and put it in different bags or take it with me in different vehicles or wherever. Two, if something happened, I have really easy access to it. I think something I see when I see a lot of these bag dump videos is guys are putting they might have a great first aid kit, but it's very deep in their bag, and especially if you're solo, you might be so bad off that you can't get to your bag. You might not be able to get your bag off your back. And if you can, I keep my tourniquet in my bino pack, but if you can get to your first aid fast and easy, I think it's going to end in a better result. And I got this Joker full. I've got a splint, and this is probably something that I could leave out. My thought is if I'm by myself and I do get a bad sprain or maybe a very minor fracture, I can put this on and hobble out, get back to the truck, and get some help. I got a Sharpie with some Luco tape, and I got the Sharpie mainly for if I ever use tourniquet, I can put the time that I apply the tourniquet on, so first responders would be able to help me out. Got some gauze, regular tape, I shouldn't say regular tape, medical tape, some gloves, bleed stop, some little bandage patches here. So these are on a stick, you just peel them off, pretty handy. Chest seal kit, if you got punctured lung, that could save your life there. A little super glue for kind of backward suturing. And then I got Band-Aids. I've got some Tylenol. Put them in these little bags and I label them. Alcohol wipes, Band-Aids. And that is really the extent of it. Got some more gauze. So that's my first aid kit. I talked about this a little bit with the tourniquet in my last video. Having all this stuff is good. Make sure that you're getting some form of training. We get a little first aid training at school. I'm a teacher, so we get a little training, and so I got a little bit of a background. I would love to take like a wilderness first aid class, but get a little training, put some stuff in your bag, especially a tourniquet. So that's my bag. So I had to come back here on day 2 to finish up this gear list for people are watching this have done a video like this before, hats off to you, because this takes a lot of preparation and organization. I'm glad I'm doing it because it's really making me go through all my stuff and see what I'm using and all that business, but it is time consuming. So I talked about my clothing. And the one thing I wanted to say about my clothing too is I do bring an extra pair of underwear, and I do bring an extra pair of socks. Everything else, I'm gonna leave. I have an extra change of clothes at the truck, some wet wipes and stuff. But I am, if this was a colder hunt, I would definitely be packing my Stone Glacier Grumman Puffy set. I got the top and bottoms. I wore these in Montana last fall and they were excellent. They're super light. And I'm really debating on whether or not to bring these or bring my pillow. Just because this pillow is a little heavy, because this is just like this is an Ozark Trail pillow, but it's really comfortable. I really like it. Or just packing this and using it as a pillow and then having it, for maybe the mornings if it's a little chilly. So I'm gonna pack this in its little stuff sack and we'll get a weight on it. So my Stone Glacier top comes in right at 11.8 ounces, so almost 12 ounces. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna weigh my camp pillow here. So I'm at 9.2 ounces. So the pillow is actually less than I guess I can feel that now. The pillow is actually less because this is 9.3. So because I'm talking about pillows, I'm gonna go through my shelter and sleep system. This is something I'm wanting to upgrade. I'd really like maybe the Sea to Summit inflatable pillow, some type of inflatable pillow to cut down the weight and the size that this takes up. Since this is such a short little trip I'm doing next week for a turkey hunt, it really doesn't matter, but that's something that's gonna need to be upgraded. So pillow, let's see, 9 ounces. I'm just gonna put Ozark Trail, and then I'm gonna put down my upgrade camp pillow. So I'm probably gonna leave this unless I check the weather beforehand and then, we get maybe some like colder nights and mornings. So I'll probably leave this at home. Let's see, just toss it back in the bag here for the time being. The pillow will travel. That pillow will travel. So we'll take the pillow just for the comfort factor. Now, the title of this video is Budget Bag Dumping. This is about to get super budget on you. And this is one I'm gonna go ahead and write down that I need to upgrade. And this is my tent. And I think I'm going to try to get into the Durston 2-man tent, or maybe the Durston 1-man tent even. I think I'll do the Durston 1-man. You guys can't laugh, but I have got the Ozark Trail hiker tent 2-person, and it's heavy. Let's see how much it is. It's 7 pounds, 8 ounces. That's with the factory stakes. I think I could get that down, close to 6 pounds if I swap out stakes and I take the bag off. That's probably going to be, get me around that 6 pound mark, which isn't crazy. It's still not great. I was going camping with my son and we got to where we were going to camp and we roll out the tent and there's no tent poles, no stakes, no nothing. It's just the tent fabric. So we got back in the car, stopped at McDonald's, went to Walmart, and ended up getting this Ozark Trail tent, which I hadn't seen them make before. So it's a 2-person backpacking tent. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's not awful. I'm not like saying go out and run and get this, but if you are on a super budget, I think this was like $50, maybe like $42 or something, I can't remember. But 2 people fit in it very nice. It's pretty easy set up. It's not rocket science, and it's not bad. It's just obviously it's going to take up a lot of space, and it's going to be a couple extra pounds in your bag. So the biggest thing with upgrading to a Durston is, you're getting down to where like you're probably around this much space in your bag if you put it in a stuff sack. So, so the Durston is something we're definitely going to upgrade to in the future, or maybe a Featherlight. But this is what I got right now, so this is what I'm using. All right, so we talked about our tent, we talked about our pillow. This is my sleeping pad. This is actually a decent sleeping pad here. This is a Big Agnes Rapid SL. It's insulated, 20 by 78. I am 6'4", so I needed that extra length. It's probably a little wide too, but I can fit on it. Super comfortable, sleep well on it, no punctures yet. This is good. I don't keep it in its stuff sack. I don't know how you would ever get it back in that bag, so I just keep it rolled up like this. Let's see here. 1-4 on the sleeping pad. This is, I'm not gonna get out for you. This is just a Marmot, I think a 15-degree bag, synthetic. I've had it for years. It's a sleeping bag. It does its job, but it's still warm. Obviously this would be something I'd like to get into something maybe a little lighter or a little more packable, but right now it's fine for what I'm doing. So just gonna weigh this real quick. This isn't a really precise weight here. I think we're like a 3.7. So now we're moving into cooking and drinking. I'm gonna start with the drinking. So I use a Smart water bottle for my dirty water. I'm not gonna bother weighing that. And then I've got just a Platypus water filter here. So it just screws on, just a squirt type filter. And then I use a Platypus bladder in my bag, which I don't have with me right now because my bag is in my car, so I can knock out these April miles. So let's see how much this weighs. So we got 2 ounces on the water filter. I also carry water purification tablets. So that's a secondary method I got to clean water. And also if you really got desperate, you could boil water in your stove, sanitize it. But this is that. I'm also going to throw a bandana in with this little kit. So if I'm putting it down in a creek, I kind of pre-filter the water before it goes in my water bottle, so you're not getting leaves, sticks, that kind of stuff in here, getting some of the dirt out. Okay, next we'll move on to the cooking part. So I've got a Soto stove. It's got a lighter in it, the Soto pot, got some fuel in here. You can kind of fit this in here. I keep it in this little red stuff sack to kind of keep it all together. I also have I have a lighter in my vinyl pack, and I have a lighter like in my, call it my junk drawer, in case things go wrong with the stove. I've got my foldable spork here. It's MSR spork. It's pretty slick. You just pinch it, and then you can fold it back. It doesn't take up a lot of space that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and weigh my stove, my fuel, and my pot, just all together. So I'm at 1 pound, 4 ounces. All right, so we're gonna get started with electronics. And firstly, I've got my phone, which I'm recording on right now. It's an iPhone 13 mini, I think. Definitely due for an upgrade. And on the phone, that's where I have all my maps. I've got Go Hunt maps. Through the challenge, we were able to get OnX Elite membership, so we got access to those maps. Google Maps, Apple Maps, a lot of, I got Earthmate on there to pair with a Garmin, which I'm not gonna take on this trip because I'm not that far from the house, and there's a buddy going with me, and he's got satellite communication, so I'm not gonna borrow that from my sister-in-law this time. But getting my own Garmin inReach is on my list. I'm gonna put it on my upgrades. And next, in electronics, I've got headlamps. So I bring 2 in case I lose one or something happens. They both run on AAAs. I would like to upgrade these, but they're working, so they're not like a high priority for me. This is a Petzl I've had for a while. It's a good little light. It only does white light though. And then this is for my budget people out there. This is a Hyper Tough headlamp that you get at Walmart. And I kid you not, this is less, at least when I got it, it was less than $10. It has memory functions. It does a white light with 3 different things. It does a red light. The red light's not very bright. There's a little flashing there. And that I would like to upgrade to the Phoenix light just because of the brighter red light to use at night if you're navigating or having to pull out, a piece of paper and read it. The brighter red light would come in handy, but for $10, this is really hard to beat. Throw some extra AAAs in your bag or whatever, and it doesn't have a lockout feature or anything like that, but for $10, I mean, it's really hard to pass up on that. You can go in here real quick and access the batteries, flip one of those backwards, and you're not gonna have a problem with your light coming on. And I'll probably do that if I'm running this as my backup. So since I'm taking both of these, I'm gonna weigh them both. I'm at 6.4 ounces on my headlights. All right. For my battery pack, I've got a Anchor. I want to get an Anchor, but I got this. This is another Walmart purchase. I'm a big Walmart guy, but this is a Belkin battery pack, and it's been really good. It's built like the Anchor. It's got 2 USB ports and a USB-C. It's got indicator lights here telling you how charged the battery bank is. Then I've got I need to get a short cable for my iPhone. So let's see how much this weighs. My battery pack and charging cable is coming in at 8.2 ounces. Okay, so that's my electronics. We'll move down to hunting gear. Okay, so I'm gonna start on the hunting gear. I already talked about the shotgun I'm gonna be taking, and I'm gonna go over some stuff I'm not taking first. So first of that is my spotting scope. I'm turkey hunting, I'm gonna have my binos with me. That's gonna be plenty. It's pretty thick timber where we're gonna be at, so this won't be much use. But this is the little mini Vortex spotting scope, and I love this thing. I had a cheaper Leupold. This is the Vortex Razor, and the Leupold was fine, but this is, in my opinion, I'm not comparing. It's not a fair comparison to Leupold. I'm not trying to throw Leupold under the bus because that was their entry level, and this is kind of their marquee product line. This is a huge improvement for me, and I got it through Go Hunt when they were doing the promotion where you brought, people were using your sign up code and stuff, and I got the money to spend in the gear shop, so I was able to get a spotting scope, which was pretty cool. And I think for most people, like the mini spotting scopes, whether you get a Swaro, Vortex, Leupold, whatever, for the packability and the weight, I think this is really hard to beat. Unless you're really into judging animals on the hoof, or you want really great digiscoping footage, then I think this is going to help you identify animals and let you know if it's worth going where they are. That is something though I want to upgrade to, or not upgrade, I just want to get, is a digiscoping system. So once I upgrade my phone, getting a digiscoping system that's going to work with that new phone. See how much we weigh here. We're at 2 pounds, 1 ounce. I'll throw some B-roll in here for this. My tripod is a Siru? I don't know. It's a carbon tripod. I am going to be bringing it probably for filming more than anything else, but I'm going to bring that tripod. It's affordable. Came with a head. The head's too heavy, but it works. Very solid to glass off of, to shoot off of. In my opinion, it's a really nice tripod for the money. So I'll get a weight whenever I get done recording and shoot some B-roll of that. Glassing pad, little Go Hunt glassing pad here. This is nice, not just for glassing, but a lot of times I'll flip it over to the gray side and use it when I'm sitting and like still hunting in the east. It's nice in camp, and it weighs almost nothing at 2 ounces. Okay, so my calls, I'm not going to weigh my calls, but you know, turkey hunting, I got a little mouth call, got some box calls, got a little owl, got my slate. So I got some calls I'm gonna bring with me. I guess I could weigh them, you know, who cares? So I'm at 10 ounces on all my calls, 10 ounces on all my turkey calls. On the gear list that EXO has for us to use on their website, they got right at the top tags and license. Make sure you get your tags and license with you. Let's see, I always keep a digital one on my phone too, as well as my on-body tag or on-body license. Knife. So I talked about my Leatherman that I carry with me. I carry 2 more knives. So I keep this, let's see, Knives of Alaska. I got this at Sportsman's Warehouse when I was like 17. And it's a fixed blade. It's not very big. The sheath probably weighs more than the knife. I would like to upgrade knives, but this works. Yeah, it's a little heavy. Probably if I just got a better lightweight sheath for it, that would do the trick. So I've seen some things where guys are making some at-home sheaths for their knives, and I might do that. Let's see how much, because I've never weighed this. Let's see. So the knife itself is 2.2 ounces. Yeah, so their knife on here, they run an Agrali carbon knife, and it's 2.1 ounces. So I'm really not far off of that. I need to make a sheath for that, because if you add the sheath on, it kicks me up. So the sheath is almost the same weight. It's 3.9 ounces altogether. So that's the one fixed blade I carry. Small, it's a great knife, super tough. That knife has skinned a lot of squirrels. That's what I did primarily my entire life, is squirrel hunting. And it has skinned a lot of squirrels. And then I bring an Outdoor Edge replaceable edge, and it is 5.7 ounces. And normally, if I'm hunting like this fall or last fall when I was hunting pronghorn, I got my whole kill kit here, you know, for boning out an animal or splitting it up, whatever. And I'll tell you how much that weighs. So that's 1 pound, 2 ounces altogether, and that's too many bags, to be honest. In here, I have more than just bags though. So I had some rope for tying up game if I had to. And I'm probably still gonna throw that in my pack. this is more like a whitetail thing here, but I keep these long gloves in here. So if you're gutting out an animal, you just aren't covered in it up to your shoulders. Let's see, keep some disposable gloves, and that is that. So since we're doing a turkey hunt, I'm going to see, there's the Go Hunt bags. I mean, they're really nice big bags. They're well made. I've had a deer in these. I'm gonna get the little bag here. Try to find their little bag. Okay, here's their little bag. So I'm gonna throw the gloves in here. I'm turkey hunting. I'm really not, I'm not even gonna be gutting anything. So I'm gonna leave these at home. The zip tie will probably be good. And I'm gonna throw these extra gloves in here just in case one of mine rips or my buddy needs a set. All right, so that covers the hunting gear part of my list. Now we're gonna go into the personal care list. So I got the stuff and we'll go. So we're into the personal care list here, and there's a couple things I don't have that I'm going to throw in here. That is the little toothbrushes with the toothpaste already on them, and it's got like the little flosser on the end. Hey, Pies. This is Pie's kitty, by the way. My son named her. Pie's kitty's a good cat. She's just, she's a good cat. All right, there you go, girl. All right, so the toothbrush with the, I guess you're staying up here, with the Colgate Wisp stuff. I got the generic ones, but so we got those. Gonna pack those along. Another one's eye drops. I gotta hunt around to find some eye drops. I think I got some here, but there's absolutely nothing worse than having something in your eye and you can't get it out. So having the eye drops with you, I think, is major key. Then moving on to, got some Tylenol PM and some ibuprofen here. Just something maybe help you sleep at night, little aches and pains. Not a first aid, that's not a first aid, that's just kind of like a maintenance deal, vitamin I, as they like to say. And then got some hand sanitizer. This is something they didn't have on their list, but you know, for 2 ounces, being able to have clean hands is pretty key. Yep, 2.2 ounces on the hand sanitizer. So hand sanitizer, I think, throw it in there. Okay, Pies, you're really throwing me off here. Then we got the bathroom and cleanliness. So I got just regular wet wipes. I've got 2 small kids and I live by these. We use these for, I don't know how we did stuff without wet wipes. We clean tables, we clean floors, we clean couches. You name it, we've cleaned it. And it's Pies' bag. And I just really trust these. Whereas these dude wipes, I think they're really cool. They come in these little packages. They say dude on them. So cool, but that was sarcasm. But I've used these like once or twice, and they are just not that durable. They seem like they say they're flushable, and I completely believe it because they like disintegrate fast, if you catch my drift. So I've got a handful of these, and these are more to like wipe myself down at night. You know, get the face, get the armpits, maybe get your private area a little bit, just kind of freshen that up. So I've got these, you know, I'm sure you'll wipe your tail with it, but for me, I'm gonna stick to the wet wipes and the toilet paper. I've also got some Aqua tabs in here. That's probably more of like a junk drawer item, but I got that, and then I got some lens cleaners in here for my glasses, binoculars, phone, whatever. So got some lens wipes there. I'm just gonna get a weight on all of this together, if y'all don't mind. So I'm at 6 ounces. I'm gonna say with the rest of this and everything else, I'm gonna say 8 ounces. I'm bringing another Ziploc bag for waste. So I'm gonna have my food in a Ziploc bag, obviously, but you know, for if I can't bury my toilet paper or anything like that, I can throw it in here and not leave anything behind and weighs nothing. Okay, I'm gonna go over my junk drawer situation here. Maybe some of these things I shouldn't bring, but I do, and that's just the way it is. But some of it I think has a place. So I'll just do a whole weight on this. So I've got some fire starter, a Right in the Rain pin, really nice pin, battery for my rangefinder, a compass. I don't know, I feel like I need to have a compass, you know? Maybe that's just like the kid that grew up without a phone in me, but I've got a pen, I've got a pencil, I can sharpen a pencil, then I've got a Sharpie. You know what? I'm not taking a Sharpie because I got another Sharpie in my bag. Don't need to have 2 Sharpies. Let's not get gluttonous here. So my junk drawer, I'm at 2.4. Quit. So my junk drawer, I'm at 2.4 ounces on junk drawer. I'm gonna write that down, junk drawer. I'll probably still throw some AAAs in here too, but right now I'm sitting at 2.4 ounces. I'm My junk drawer, I missed this. This is my little pyro electric lighter. It's pretty neat. So one side, you've got your electric lighter. I don't know if you can see that, but it's an electric lighter. So you don't have to worry about rain or anything like that with it. And then the other end, you can store fire starter, which you got right there. So that's something else I keep in my junk drawer. And that's 2 ounces. So now I'm at 4.4 ounces on the junk drawer once I throw my extra lighter in there. And then there's two, so I'm getting ready to wrap it up here. There's two things that I forgot. So one is my rain gear, which I need to upgrade. This is the Frog Togs Walmart special. Walmart, you should sponsor me. The Frog Togs Walmart special, pants and top. And it's pretty light. Let's see. It's 11.5 ounces. This is something that I want to upgrade. So I'm going to put upgrade rain gear. So I'm at 11.5 ounces. It's got a top and bottom. This isn't something that you're going to wear, you know, maybe more than once. It's probably going to be destroyed after one time, but it might keep you dry if you're caught in like a torrential downpour situation. And it's in this nice little bag. It's compact, and yeah, I just throw it in my bag and I got some rain gear there. So this is like, I don't know, I think it was like 16 bucks at Walmart when I bought it, maybe around the $20 mark. And I got some rain gear. So I use that. And then I forgot my bino adapter. I will be bringing that because I'm gonna have my tripod and I'm gonna have my binos. I'm at 2.2 ounces on bino adapter. So let me put that in the hunting gear. All right, and I got this little turkey hunt. See, that's kind of cumbersome, and I already got a glassing pad, so that's gonna stay. So that's my list. That's what I'm gonna be bringing on this spring turkey hunt. It's not very different than what I would bring on any other hunt. The only other difference that my clothes would be a little different. I'd probably be, you know, dressing for a little bit colder weather. And then I've got these Lecky Voyager trekking poles. You know, if I had a trekking pole tent, like I said, getting to the Durston, you know, obviously I'd be bringing these. But for the little, you know, it's not super technical place we're going, I'll be able to get by without trekking poles, I believe. That's 1 pound, 3 ounces. These are, look, I haven't taken the cap off this one. These are solid trekking poles. I haven't really used them at all. I use this one, I guess, a little, and nothing wrong with them. So just not taking them on this trip. If there's anything I've forgotten or you think I should throw out, you know, I've talked about my upgrades. So camp pillow, tent, definitely. Getting my own Garmin inReach. Making a sheath for my knife, that's something cheap I could do myself here, and then upgrading my rain gear. So if there's anything else, throw it in the comments, let me know what you think, and I appreciate you watching. See you in the next one.